What's up, yo? Start Law of Growth and Reason back at it with another lesson. Before I start this lesson, I would like to send out my positive intentions onto the gods and the goddesses. Uh, Send out my positive intentions onto the human beings, and most importantly, send out my positive intentions onto the ancestors and thank the ancestors for all they do. Because without the ancestors, none of this would be possible. Um, and thank them for just giving me this information to give on to you. Um, and also, I would like to send my positive intentions onto the planet and onto the gods and goddesses that's vibrating low that are lost right now. It's all right. We know it's no such thing as a low vibration or a high vibration. It's only one energy. It all determines on your intent and how you use your energy. So it's only one energy. It's all based on your intent and whether you want to vibrate low or whether you want to vibrate high. Um, And if you are lost right now, it's all right. You're not dumb. You're not unintelligent. You just haven't came to the truth of yourself yet. You know, you haven't came to that truth, but you're not dumb. There's not nothing wrong with you. It's all right. You know, us as gods and goddesses that know about who we are, we can't look down upon you. We can only uplift you. And the only way we can uplift you is by giving out more knowledge to make you remember who you are. So I would like to send peace and positive energy onto you. And I would like to tell you I share. And like I said, I would like to send all the positive intentions onto the planet because we know we are connected to the planet. The planet is us. We are the planet. Um, Basically, today I'm gonna be talking a little bit about gematria. Right now, gematria is basically turning letters into numbers. Right, you can turn numbers into letters. You can turn words into numbers. You got to understand that everything here on this rim has a number to it. Like a car, you can say a house, everything has a number to it. Right? So your oppressors, they know that numbers are everything. Because like I told you, numbers is energy. We have all been told that numbers are here for you to do math with, but in opposed to counting though, right? Counting is illiterate, right? Because if you are counting, then you are counting over matter. So if I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you count over matter. We know that 9 is the highest number. So after one, so you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop at the 9. Don't 10, 11, 12. No, you counting over math. Stop at the 9, nigga. You know, stop at the 9 because 9 is the highest number. 9 is the number of completion. 9 is the universe. Right? Look at your fingertips. The way your fingertip forms is like the same formation of the universe, which is the 9. Your scalp, the top of your head, which is the supreme knowledge, it forms like the universe, which is a 9. 9 is completion. So this is why we tell you you are completion. You are a 9 ether being. You feel me? That's why. So um numbers is energy. Numbers are something that we created. That Anunnaki, we created numbers. Cause numbers are you could say numbers are used for energetic communication. So it's a fact. So we use numbers as an energetic communication. So basically, if you come out of a deep meditative state and then you fuck around and see a certain number, that number will represent something based off your meditation. Or if you doing something that's relating to walking in your divinity and you see a number, then that means that you are walking in your divinity. Then portray off a certain number you see. So if you see the number 777, that means that the ancestors are congratulating you for walking in your divinity. And we know that 7 equals knowledge. Right? We know that the number 7 equals knowledge. Right? So uh if you see the number 777, that means that you are walking in your divinity. You are walking in the right path, and the ancestors are congratulating you for walking in that path that they had set out for you. All right. So your oppressors, they know that numbers are energy. They know that numbers is not something you count with. Not necessarily something you count with. We made it like that to dumb it down for the human beings. So you shouldn't really be counting with numbers. You should be understanding the energetic communication you have to these numbers. Right? So your oppressors can basically use gematria, which is focused on numbers, right? Numbers and words to cast spells onto the realm, right? Think about it. Like, a lot of people probably wouldn't think on this level, but think about it. Why do these NBA players have numbers? Right? Why do they have a jersey number? You're like, well, they can have a jersey number so you could be able to tell what player that is. All right, well, they got a name, don't they? Yeah. Well, you get some players that have the same last name. Well, you can just say one player's whole name and then say the other player's name. You don't have to, they don't have to have numbers. They don't. This is just really think about what I'm saying. They don't have to have numbers. These motherfuckers in the NBA or in the NFL or any other sport, they don't have to have numbers, G. They don't have to. But they have numbers because your oppressors can use these certain players' jersey numbers in the game to perform spells. Because remember, like I told you, I got a whole nother video coming out about why these certain arenas, right? Why these certain arenas and stadiums are shaped like an egg, because these eggs are related to atoms in you. You are made of solid, liquid gases and plasma energy. So they can make a certain egg going off the energy off the solid, which is the planet. Right? And then they can, inside of these arenas, they can be casting certain spells using these certain players' numbers, nigga. I know all about this shit. And then it could affect the planet. Right? Like the whole shit with Kobe. Kobe, they used gematria to fucking kill Kobe, nigga. It happened in 2020. 20 plus 20 is what? 40. Right? What jersey number did he wear? 24. Right? So they was going off. So they, real shit. So they used his jersey number. They used the number that he used to wear to play a role in casting the spell to murder Kobe Bryant. This is why I know all about this shit. So this is why these NBA players be wearing fucking jersey numbers so they can use their numbers to cast spells. Basically, so in like I was watching it was a preseason game, right? I think it was the Sixers versus somebody other team. I don't know who it was, but it was the Sixers though, playing against some other team. It was preseason though, right? Joel Embiid, the big African nigga that played for the Sixers. He a center, some shit like that. He had the ball, right? The nigga had the ball, and the nigga shot the ball and made the shot, right? He made the shot, and then they called a timeout. The clock stopped at 3:33, right? And then a motherfucker that was a waitress at the fucking at the game had a fucking a button up shirt on, and on the back of it the motherfucker had 33. So basically, y'all just so you just did 333 and then use 33. 33 is the highest number in a sense, because it's like I spoke about before. The number 33, the number 3 alone is a powerful number because it's relating to solids, liquids, and gases. That's atomic molecules that's inside of you. That's phases of matter. So a solid will be the planet, a liquid will be water, which is feminine, then a gas will be fire, which will be the masculine. Right? So, in a sense, you did you did 333, so you did the solids, liquid, gases in 3, right? And then you did 33. So basically you broke it down from 333, then you did 33, which is relating to feminine energy and masculine energy. Right? So you just broke it 3 then into 2, because 2 will represent masculine energy and feminine energy. So you just did 333 and then the equal it into 2. Right? So you wouldn't even know watching that game. They just did a whole motherfucking spell basically. And that spell may be something that you may not see happen right in front of you, but they done did something though. Right? And then he made the shot, so him making the shot would be a form of completion because he made the shot. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is the little shit they can do out here that you are not aware of. And I realize this shit. This is why they make these players wear numbers basically on the back of their jersey. This is why they do that. Cause they understand numbers, my nigga. That's why they do that. Right? I also told you that these Freemasons, they use gematria as well. Right? Because there's other motherfuckers around here that do gematria, but you got the Masons, they do gematria as well. You got to understand what the Masons is all about. Right? They be using the lead as above, so below. Then the G in the middle represents God. Then they be in there teaching each other esoteric knowledge, Hermeticism, Gnosticism, the Kabbalah, all that old shit. And that's all our knowledge. Right? They be teaching each other all that shit. And they also be doing gematria. Right? So as you understand who you are on the alchemy level as above, so below, then the G being the God, you can add all that shit in to numbers. Right? You can add the form of God into numbers. Right? And they know about shit like that. And they do certain spells to where they can make certain shit happen on the rim. They can do shit like this, man. And they've been doing shit like this. We have just never paid attention to it. To where you be like, cause you listen to me, you be like, man, I get what God's saying, but how they do this shit, they can do this shit easily. It ain't hard doing this shit. It ain't hard to cast spells onto the planet to do certain. I mean, I could literally cast a spell onto the planet just by saying something, because I'm connected to the planet. Now, as for these soulless ass human beings, they can't necessarily just say something and it could be casted onto the planet, not necessarily like that, because they're not necessarily connected to the planet on a soul level. So they basically gotta get deeper into shit to where they using numbers, or they can write down certain things used in the form of magic to cast certain spells onto the realm. Right? That's the shit. That's the shit they got to do, right? Like you know how like voodoo, like voodoo comes from us, but they can't do voodoo naturally. Human beings, they have to write something down. So they basically got to write down a 5-point star, then write down all the elements by that star. Then they gonna have to light a candle because the candle will be the soul, which will be the fire. So that is what would get that motherfucker spell going. Right? So that's why I'm saying, like, in relation, your oppressors, they have to go to where they know what will work, which will be using our numbers, because they know that numbers is energy, and they use these numbers to affect the energy on the planet. They know that everything is energy, nigga. They know that we are connected to everything on the rim, so this is why they have to do shit like that. I told you. The Masons, they also use 33 because they know that 33 is the highest principality. Right? 33 is the highest principality. We were vibrating on that certain principality. Right? So we were vibrating on the principalities of love, peace, harmony, faith, grace, forgiveness, soul, yin and yang, representing masculine energy and feminine energy. But then we fell in principality. So we fell to time, what you would call feelings, and discrimination. We fail. We end up falling in principalities, right? So basically, they understand all the phases of life on a principality level. They understand that in order for our planet to be at its righteous state, it has to be love, it has to be peace, it has to be yin and yang, it has to be balance, it has to be a soul that's enlightened and that is in alignment with itself. They know all that shit, right? So they use they little bullshit to cast spells to make shit in reverse, right? So they use somebody dying as a form of lowering the frequency on the planet, and then what they making them, and then when they and then it's what they killing these certain people for ritualistic purposes. So therefore, that's gonna lower the planet, right? That's why like when Kobe passed away, everybody was crying. Oh my god, damn! Oh my god, his daughter, all that. Everybody was crying and shit, and that was lowering the frequency, right? Because then we started to invest our energy into what? Emotions, which is fallen gods or fallen principalities. You feel me? This is the shit that this the shit they be on, me, and I know all about it. They be on this shit. I may sound like I'm slurring my words a little bit. That's because I ain't sleepy, but I don't know, motherfucker, kind of, on that. But you still give the fuck what I'm saying though. These elite motherfuckers, they do this shit because they understand that energy. Their energy is what keeps the planet going. They know that, so that's why they do this shit. You get a lot of motherfuckers talk about gematria. You get a lot of motherfuckers on the internet. Oh, gematria. But you don't understand why they use gematria though, G. You don't understand it though. You don't even understand that we created this shit though. The numbers, and you don't understand it. You feel me, G? Like motherfuckers be saying shit about, you gotta understand though why they do it. Like everybody be like, oh, I be seeing some shit on the internet. Niggas be murdered by numbers. Motherfucker got murdered by the numbers. But you don't understand why they do this shit though. It ain't just the fact, okay, we just about to kill a celebrity. We about to kill. It ain't necessarily the fact that them doing it for that. They doing it so they can lower the frequency on the RAM. That's why they're doing it. Right? Because you would get motherfuckers like, oh, They kill him because he knew some shit. Not all these motherfuckers out here know some shit. Not all of them. Right? Not everybody out here, what you would call woke. Not everybody knows some shit, G. So they could just do it just so they can lower the frequency on the planet. And they seeing we starting to rise anyway. A lot of shit going on. Right? A lot of shit going on. So, cause I just seen they say another celebrity just passed away. I ain't gonna speak about it, but they saying another one passed away. See, that's awesome shit they doing. They trying to lower the frequency on the planet because they see we starting to rise. Right? We starting to rise like a motherfucker. You seeing the rise all around the rim. You got motherfuckers arguing with each other, right? You got a lot of shit going on the social media scale. With this anti-Semitic shit, all that. I ain't gonna get into that, but motherfucker, all that bullshit going on. A lot of shit is starting to crumble for the system. So they whole thing is to try to keep this shit in control, right? So this is why they be pushing out sports so much. Sports. They want you to watch that sports shit so you can basically be entertained by their bullshit. But even then, by you watching these sports, they still doing magic though. They got magic. They basically are forcing magic onto you by making you watch the shit in a sense because a lot of motherfuckers be watching these games and can't really turn shit. They like, no, I'm just into this shit, right? They be using magic. Well, they use gematria, which is another form of magic. I can literally do gematria. Shit, I got a piece of paper. I got a couple pieces of papers right there, nigga. I could literally write some numbers down, right, and pin my intent to where I want that energy to go to, and literally cast a spell. Literally, like it's that easy. It's not as hard as you think it is, right? Like I looked up some shit, right? They say that in gematria, Jesus would be 61. Okay, so you got to think in the essence of a god. Six, so six neutrons, six protons, six electrons, right? So that's liquids, and gases, and then one would equal God because that would equal into the first creator, which would be the goddess, right? So in the essence, you think of Jesus, think of Jesus. He would be the representation of the solid form of the planet, the liquid form, and the gas form. So he will be the planet, he will be water, and he will be soul. And then one will equal God, because God will equal the planet, the water, and the soul, because that's everything that's on the planet. That's how the planet was created, off of a soul. You feel me? So you will look at, okay, Jesus in gematria will be 61. You got to break down why he will equal 61. You got to break down the phases of matter. You feel me? Into why he will equal 61. Right? See, a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't get that. They would just basically like, well, I don't understand that. Oh, you would think, oh, 666 is the mark of the beast. Nah, you got to, right? You gotta go deeper than that. You gotta think outside of that. These motherfuckers on our realm, they do this shit, and they be very, 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 very discreet in how they do it, because they know a lot of motherfuckers ain't aware of this, right? You start, all right, because I'm a scientist. This is why I know this shit. So if you like me, you a scientist and all that shit, you start understanding this shit. This is when they gonna be like, how the fuck you even know how we even do this shit, right? How the fuck you know we do it? Right, because this shit we ain't even supposed to know. Right, well, they don't want us to know. We supposed to know, but they don't want us to know this shit because this is the demonic shit that they keep hidden from you. right? You don't even you don't even be realizing that a lot of shit on the planet be happening because they're casting spells, right? That's why when you will fuck around, right? You will fuck around and get on the internet, be on Twitter, and you would just see some bullshit. Motherfuckers on there fighting, motherfuckers on there just doing some fucked up shit, right? Because those are spells that your oppressors is casting onto the planet, and these people are feeling are kind of feeling this energy, and it's making them go act a certain way. Because I also told you that a lot of Masons cast spells based off the moon, right? Because they know the moon is basically a dumbed down version of the sun. So the moon is made of straight electricity. The moon is not made of a soul, right? So the moon, that white light, because we know a white light really comes from ultraviolet. Ultraviolet is basically a mixture of all different colors, and you got to understand all your chakra colors to understand why ultraviolet would be a mixture of all different colors. Um, so the moon is a soulless being. Yakub, his bitch ass created the moon, right? He always imitate us by creating what we have created, right? Because like I told you, the sun is basically an atom, right? So you can say that he created that moon relating to the atom being the sun that we created, right? But his, you can say his atom being the moon, his shit is soulless. So his don't got no soul in it. It's just a big white light that's generating energy or electricity, right? So that electricity that's in the moon, that moon is basically harvesting our energy, because we know that atoms are inside of us. We are made of atoms, atomic molecules, solid, liquid, gases, and plasma energy. So basically, by that moon being in the form of an atom generating electricity, it can damage us because we are created to that moon in a sense, because the way it's shaped, and it has the electricity inside of that moon. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why the moon, oh, this is why the moon is a soulless being, and you already had a god or other gods and goddesses that have talked about this shit. Why the moon is not our creation, right? Well, I've already had gods and goddesses talk about it, because we all understand what the moon is really there for. It's there to harvest our energy, right? And that's why Yakub created that, so it can harvest our energy. So that's why when it's a full moon, right? That's why when it's a full moon, a lot of bullshit be happening, right? I remember as a kid when it was a full moon, a lot of bullshit was happening. You know, you hear a motherfucking got killed, all that old shit. Yeah, because that moon is harvesting our energy, because we are connected to that moon. It's not our creation, but we still connected to it though. That's why they say the moon is connected to the female, right? They make it like the moon is the female symbol, and then fire is the masculine and all that shit, right? Because they know we still connected to it. All right. And then they don't want to acknowledge the females being the divine creators as well. That's why they do that as well. So they trying to harvest the energy of the female, that X chromosome. Um, oh, your oppressors. So your oppressors, they know what they come on. They know what the moon is about too. They know it. They know what the moon is about. They know that the moon harvests energy. Right? Excuse me. They know that the moon harvests energy, so they cast certain spells out related to the moon. So when the moon is out, they cast a spell, right? So they had cast a certain spell onto the realm with the moon being out, and you will start to feel that energy. You would just start to feel like, damn, right? Real shit, bro. No bullshit. Oh my soul, I never lie on the ancestors, nigga. On my life, nigga. It was a couple, days ain't real, but it was a couple energy cycles ago, right? I was about to make a video and I fucked around and couldn't make the video because the fucking moon was out, G. Real shit. The moon was affecting me. You feel me? That bitch was in the sky shining like a motherfucker. You know, at night, shining like a motherfucker. Like, and it was draining my energy. I couldn't even make the video. I had to stop. Nigga, I fuck around and had to go to sleep. Nigga had to recharge it. I had to figure out something to do because I'm like, what the fuck? Because I had to teach that night, but I had to fuck around and teach it the next day. No. Actually, no, I'm lying. I actually end up teaching, but I had to wait till the morning. I had to wait till the moon was gone. Actually. Right? And I understand why that moon was affecting me because I'm still connected to that moon because of the way it's shaped and then the electricity in that moon. Right? So that's why I understood why I was feeling the way I'm feeling, but it was pissing me off. I'm like, man, the fuck? You feel me? But I know Yakub, that's what he on. Cause his ass goofy like that. He wanted to kill off the gods and goddesses. He wanted to drain our energy from us. But yo oppressors know that about the moon, so they can do they little spells relating to the moon. This will be called moon rituals. Um, they can use, like I said, gematria, all that old shit, relating to the moon. So basically, if I am putting numbers, if I am putting numbers together, and then I'm using this this moon, which is a solar being, right? If I'm putting all that, if I'm putting all that together to cast out a spell, it's gonna affect the planet. It's gonna affect the realm, right? Because it's all based on our realm. It's all based on the realm, so it's gonna affect the planet, like I've been explaining. And I'm just tapped in and know that they be doing spells related to the moon. I've said that in my video where I talked about the Freemasons and what they be on. I've already talked about that before. I know what they be doing. So, uh, they they be doing they little shit to fuck with the gods and the goddesses. That's why they be doing this shit with the whole gematria shit. They be killing off celebrities and shit, all type of shit using that real shit, and they use this shit down there every day. Damn man. It don't be, oh, we gonna do it. Nah, they be doing that shit every day. Every day they casting out spells, nigga. Real shit, get on social media. You see those spells on there, nigga. If you really tapped in and aware of who you is, you gonna be like, damn, this shit. The fuck am I seeing? This weird shit. Yeah, them all spells, nigga. They got spells out here, nigga. You are the original spell caster though, cause like I said, you can speak shit into existence out of your throat chakra. Now you got energy. You got energy inside of your throat. You got energy. That's why you have a chakra there. You have primordial energies inside of there. So you can say something. You can say something out into the planet, and you can affect the planet from what you're saying. That's what I say. That's something you can naturally do. They can't naturally necessarily do shit like that because they're not connected to the planet. So they have to use other ways to be able to do their shit on our realm. They have to use other ways. And I and in a sense I kind of hate that they got these other ways where they can still do that shit. I kind of hate they can still do it. You feel me? Cause it's fucked up. But in a sense, though, it don't matter, right? It don't matter how many real shit. This is to the least personally, nigga. It don't matter how many motherfucking spells y'all motherfuckers cast out. You will never be as powerful as we are, though. Period. I don't give a fuck how many spells you cast out. We are the gods. We are the divine beings, right? Yes, you can use our little magic. Yeah, you can use the moon, right? Casting your little spells. Yeah, you can do all that bullshit. But you will never be as powerful as we are, though. Basically. So your spells would never be as powerful as ours. We can, if all the gods and goddesses, if we all came together, nigga, and casted out a spell of love, nigga, the whole fucking planet would change, nigga. Literally like that. Well, snap of a finger, nigga. Literally. That would be the most powerful spell, nigga, ever, nigga. That's us going back to our full divinity, nigga, casting a spell of love. That would that would change the whole frequency of the planet. Everybody would be affected by it, nigga. It would change the whole frequency. Right? Just think about what I'm saying. I'm saying we are the natural divine beings. So all that spell casting shit, all that magic shit, that's all inside of us. We do it naturally. We can do it naturally every day, whether you even know it or not. So y'all little bullshit out here, you masons and shit, you little motherfuckers behind closed doors that you or you little celebrities that be casting these spells onto the planet, your shit will never be as powerful as ours is, the gods or the goddesses. It will never be that powerful. You can do a little bit of shit, but it ain't gonna be it ain't like ours though. I could literally sit here right now. I could literally sit here right now and just say piece of the planet, 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 piece of the gods, piece of the gods, piece of the gods, piece of the gods. It will never be no snow again. It will never be cold again ever. It will never be no snow again, and it will be cold again. I could literally keep saying that, keep saying that, keep saying that. It's gonna cast onto the planet because of what I'm telling the planet. Cause I'm connected to the planet. I've done this before already. I be saying this shit too. This is why it don't be cold no more because I've been casting a spell onto the planet saying it will never be cold again. Nigga, we in November. We getting 70-degree weather. You feel me? Normally right now it's supposed to be snowing like a motherfucker. Nah. Hell nah. I know who I am, so I'm casting my spells onto the planet, keeping shit right. Right? So we can naturally cast spells. These motherfuckers have to use our shit to be able to be able to even do it. So they have to. So they basically to put it in terms to put it in terms. They basically use a lower term of magic that's already inside of us. Basically, if you think about it, yes, we created numbers, but the numbers you see on the outside don't compare to the numbers that's within us because remember numbers is energy. So like I told you, numbers are basically energetic communication, right? So we are energetic communication. Your oppressors is not energetic communication. So they're using the same energetic communication inside of you to harm you in return. Yeah, it's a communication, But this communication is not something you want to communicate with. It's something that's trying to communicate with you without your permission. Right? So I'm relating to these motherfuckers out here casting these spells onto the planet and using these certain numbers to hurt us, hurt the planet, hurt the gods without our permission. You feel me? So you so you gotta understand. So you gotta understand, right? You gotta understand that this whole gematria shit is all you though. They know it's you. That's why I'm trying to break it down, so motherfucker watch my shit be able to get it. All right? Cause I be uploading my shit on Twitter and shit. I be wanting them to get it. So I'm trying to get you to understand all this gematria. Motherfuckers talk about gematria. This is our shit. This is our shit. Numbers is numbers. It's our shit. Letters. We created letters. Letters. If you think about it, letters got energy in it as well. I told you that before. Because if you use the word I am is a spell. Because I self. So I self meaning I soul. Then a alignment. Then you can say M matter. So I am everything and everything's me. So I self alignment and matter. So I'm everything and everything's me. I am everything that's energy. That's energy. So we created letters. That's energy. God. Break down God, generator, operator, and destroyer. That's the masculine energy. That's a spell. God, if you think about it, right? That's a or not a spell. I mean, that's energy. I mean, not a spell. That's energy. If you really think about it, right? So yo yo oppressors, they do this shit to hurt you. Like I said, I got a whole nother video that I would be posting talking about the fallopian tube and talk about the egg cells and like I told you about the arenas and shit in the stadiums, because I just already talked about it in this one, but I'm gonna get more deep into it though, and why they do this shit, right? They it's like they know who we is, man. Like this is the shit that you have never paid attention to because you never thought shit like this go on, and then you probably never gave a fuck, right? So this is why you wouldn't know that shit like this goes on. But everything is here to hurt you. Nothing here on this realm that they made or they created is here to help you. It's only here to harm you. The shit that's here to help you and heal you and connect you back with sources like nature, the sun, and like what you say, like the ocean, and certain insects and all that shit. That's shit that's here for you. But the shit that your oppressors that made they got going on, that's to hurt you, right? And they use your own shit to hurt you. Some energy cycles, if they get a hold to it. You think motherfuckers like Jay-Z don't know about gematria? Hell yeah, you know about gematria. That's why that nigga be throwing up signs and mooses and all that shit. He know about gematria. A lot of motherfuckers know about this shit. I told you the Freemasons, they know about it. They know about gematria. Yes, they know about it. That's why yo asked me to start studying numbers. Studying numbers. Start studying numbers and letters, and how numbers and letters come together. You landed back here on this rim off of what? Energy, which will relate to what? Numbers. I landed here on the 17th of January, 2001. So 1 equals God, right? And then you think of 17, 1 plus 7 is what? 8. So 8 is what? Infinity, right? Because you got to think of your 7 chakras, right? And then you got to think, okay, 7 being knowledge, and then 8 being infinity, then 9 being completion. That's representing the masculine energy and feminine energy. So that's why you understand, like, oh, okay, I understand. Right. So I landed here off the energy of infinity and knowledge and God. Right. And I'm intelligent to where I wanted to land here back on that certain energy. That was energy I landed back off. This is why we say I was never born, because I was already created. I just landed back off of energy. And that energy is something that aligns with who I am as a person, right? Because I have a lot of knowledge, and I'm very uh infinite with myself, and I recognize and remember who I am as God, right? And I remember who I was a little bit more quicker, because who I am astronomically, I am an ascending master, right? So I put shit like that together to, kind of make me remember again, as you could say. Um, so if you start understanding numbers, right? You start understanding numbers and what numbers is on the energetic level, you'll start understanding yourself, right? You'll start understanding yourself. You'll be like, oh, okay, I understand why they do. Why? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is the highest number. 9 is completion, right? Damn. Okay, damn. Cause like I said, I already know it. I'm just breaking it down for you to where you get it, but I already understand it. So you you looking at shit, looking at numbers, you be like, okay, one, I understand that. Boom, boom. Okay, six neutrons, 6 protons, 6 electrons. But wait a minute, a 6 upside down is a 9. So 6 and 9. Oh, okay. So it's six neutrons, 6 protons, 6 electrons, because that's the carbon in you, which will equal into 9, which will be the universe, right? Because you are made of solids, liquids, gases. So you are made of the planet, you are made of the ocean, which is water, which is a liquid, and then you are made of fire, which is the soul. And then what is carbon? Carbon is black, right? So you can say carbon is a dark polymorph. So so you adding solids, the planet, liquid, gas, fire, which is equaling into the universe. Right? So this is why you look at a six upside down is a nine upside down is a six because that's matter. So you can put all the elements of the planet, water, feminine, then fire, masculine, equal all that up until nine, which will be completion. Right? So you start looking at shit and then you start putting that together and then finding out information onto why shit like that go together. You go, oh, okay, damn, that's crazy how that go together like that. Yeah, it all go together, right? And like I said, they know about that. They know how these numbers. They know how these numbers go together. They know it all go together. They know. They know about it. They know all about it. All right. You know about it too. If you tap in with yourself, you know about it. You remember it, right? You know about it. You know all about it. You remember what these numbers is. You you remember what they mean energetically. Nigga, you know all about it. You remember. Your ass remember. You your ass been watching all of these NBA games and all that shit, right? And you be wondering why a certain team win over the other team and one team was better than the other team is because they did fucking gematria. They did a spell, right? They probably use one team. They probably use one team to win over the other because of what a certain player number is on that certain team. And that other certain team player don't probably have that number as that other team player has. So they chose the other team player. They chose the other team's player number into being that number they used to cast that certain spell. Right? Now you wouldn't even realize all that shit. You just think you just watching LeBron dunking on motherfuckers all night. Well, you got it, and you already had guys talk about that, like these numbers, jersey numbers these niggas be wearing. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to why they wear certain numbers, man. Right, you get certain motherfucker. Oh, I'm wearing this number related to my favorite basketball player, like Michael Jordan and all that old shit, or Bron. And all. Yeah, that's what they tell you. They not gonna tell you why they really wearing them numbers, cause cause like certain NBA players, they be in with that shit. You know, a lot of your NBA players is Freemasons, right? Like Shaquille O'Neal, he a Freemason. Uh, Isaiah Thomas, the nigga used to play for the Detroit Pistons back in the day, he a Mason. The one nigga from the one nigga that played in Roots, Fitler, the house nigga, he a Mason. It's a lot of your black people that's Masons, and they all are aware of this gematria shit, right? And half of them, or some of them, I would say, would be in the NBA, right? So they use these certain certain numbers that they pick to help these other motherfuckers cast their spells in these Masonic temples, right? So they wear wear a number relating to something or representing something of what they do uh on a gematria level, or they aware knowing the power in that number. Okay, so if I wear the number 9, I understand the power of 9, 9 being completion. You feel me? See, you wouldn't even get that. You just like, oh, I wonder why that player wearing the number 9, that 9 like stick out. Yeah, because that's the number of completion. You feel what I'm saying? You you wouldn't even be aware why they do this shit, man. I know what they ass me on. It just came to me like a couple days ago, you know, God be tapping in. I was like, oh, okay, I know why they do that shit, yeah. NFL, all that shit, yeah. They do that shit in the NFL and the NBA with the numbers and shit. Like I said, like these players, they don't have to wear numbers, but they make them wear numbers so they can do their spell shit. That's why they make them wear numbers. All right, that's why you talk about Kobe, right? Like I said about Kobe, people like, oh no, because you know, heard people say his passing was a sacrifice, and you would get people, oh, I don't believe that, but you gotta break down how they did it, because the way they did it, everything went together, right? You may not believe that they can do this shit, but they have been doing this shit for a very long period of energy cycles. You just have not been aware of it, like I said, because you don't remember who you are. So that's why you wouldn't believe that they do shit like that. But they've been doing it. All right. So this is why I got on here to teach you about what this gematria shit is really all about. You have to understand how this shit go. All right. You have to understand how this shit go. 9, like I said, 9 is the highest number. 9 is the highest number because 9 is completion. That's the universe. 9 is the highest number. That's completion. So remember that. Keep that in mind. That's why the number 9 stick out. Right? But even though they know 9 is the highest number, they still make them wear other numbers though. Going past 9, and they can still use those other numbers to cast certain spells. Because they understand what numbers is all about. So that's why they can do that. Okay, you could cast a spell off of any number. It don't matter what you can still, yeah, any number you still can, yeah. But you have to understand what that number means on a cosmic level though, right? Because motherfucker wanna cast a spell using a number, but you gotta understand what that number means though. You gotta understand the shit. I understand what 9 means. I understand 666. Right, so I understand 6. I understand 7. I understand 4. I understand 5. 5 phases of matter: water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. That's the 5 phases of matter in which created everything around you. Right? You gotta understand 2. You gotta understand 1. You gotta understand all of these numbers and what they mean cosmically to be able to cast a spell using these numbers. Right? You gotta understand what it means. Right? You gotta understand this shit, and they understand it. Right? Cause you move like I said in my last video talking about the Masons, you ain't gonna become a master Mason unless you master all the arts. You gotta understand alchemy, esoteric, hermeticism. All that shit is damn near the alchemy shit. But I'm just breaking down the other what they would call the Kabbalah and all that old shit. You gotta understand all those arts, sacred geometry. You gotta shit chemistry. You gotta understand all the arts of science to become a master Mason. Because by you not knowing none of that shit, how the fuck you gonna know how to be a master? You ain't a master if you don't know what mastering is. As I told you, the video I made, I self law master. You have to understand who you are as a master, but you have to understand self to be able to understand who you are as a master. So if I don't understand who I am as a master, how the fuck am I gonna fucking be a mason if I don't? You feel me? How am I gonna be a master mason if I don't understand what being a master is? I gotta understand shit. I gotta understand how this shit go. So when you got Freemasons that be master masons, them is very, very, very intelligent motherfuckers. These motherfuckers are able to do a lot of shit. These are the ones that be doing these little spells onto the realm, right? Because they have spent a lot of energy cycles learning about what these numbers mean and how they all go together, right? But they had to master the art stuff to even get there, right? Because you get certain motherfuckers that's Freemasons and they be young as hell. They be in their 20s and they master Masons because they understand and shit. And then they probably nerds and shit, so they probably can get, can get adapt to what the shit mean, right? Then you have older motherfuckers that's Freemasons that ain't even master Masons and they been in there for years, but they still haven't mastered all the arts. You feel me? So that's why, like, you gotta understand the whole essence of this gematria shit. This gematria shit is not just some shit any motherfucker just can do. It has to be a motherfucker with great knowledge on life and science to be able to do this shit. It ain't just no any old shit. So that's why, like I said, I'll be on YouTube, right? And some energy cycles, I look at other motherfuckers' videos and shit, and they just be saying shit about this whole gematria shit, but they don't understand why they do it though. They don't they don't understand why they use gematria, and they don't understand that they use gematria for other things though. Not just for on certain people, they do it for other things. All right, because if you want to cast a spell onto a certain motherfucker, all you need is their name, or you can use something in you by visualizing the person. But for them, these soulless beings, they gonna have to use a name, right? And all of these Masons, a lot of they ass be close with a lot of celebrities and shit. They be knowing all them personally. So all they got to do is just use their name and fuck around and do a spell on their ass to kill them, basically. Use gematria on them to kill them. All right, so they can write their name down and then pit a number, put the numbers there right next to their name and all that shit, and then they can fuck around and probably light a candle next to it to cast a, so the spell can work successfully because the fire will represent the soul and all that old shit. So um they could do shit like that as well. Really, like that's really the shit they be doing. And you could do this shit too. You feel me? Like I said though, you gotta have knowledge though to it. You gotta know what all this shit is about before you would try to be on some shit like that. That's why the Masons, um, that's why The Masons, they'll tell you, you join our society or you join our organization, you're gonna get a lot of knowledge. You're gonna get a lot of enlightenment, right? You're gonna get a lot of enlightenment. The reason why they tell you you're gonna get a lot of enlightenment is because of what the fuck they telling you. They telling you all of our fucking shit. That's why they gonna tell you. That's why they gonna tell your ass you gonna gain a lot of knowledge, a lot of enlightenment. Yeah, shit, nigga. I bet. Yeah, nigga, cause we the guys, nigga. You gonna get enlightened to a lot of shit. And I remember this shit, so this is why I'm able to come on here and talk about this shit. Right? A lot of motherfuckers that make videos about this shit. And I'm not relating to like the spiritual community. Now I'm talking about like other motherfuckers that be woke but don't be spiritual and that realize who they are cosmically, all that old shit. They just be making videos but don't understand about this shit. Right? Cause you motherfuckers now just I see certain shit now. Motherfuckers now is just starting to realize that 9 is the number of completion. I be seeing that motherfucker, oh yeah, 9 completion. Right, nigga, you just now figure that out. You probably been watching the motherfuckers, oh yeah, 9, right. Come on, nigga. Nigga, your ass did not know that 9 was the number of completion, nigga. Just, nigga, last year, nigga, you did not know that. Your ass just came across that shit. Right. Your ass just came across that shit. Now you old, yeah. No, just how they cast a spell, God. 9 is no complete. Nigga, you just came across that. You didn't know that. I'll tell you didn't know that. I just know you didn't know it just by the way you saying it. Now you know about it. Right? But yeah. Um you you have to understand that these motherfuckers they are so concerned and so interested in hurting us because they know how powerful we are. Like I told you, a lot of this shit, the whole idea of using this shit to cast spells on us comes from Yakub, one of our fallen gods. He does not like us anymore because we wasn't okay with him creating these human beings, or aka these Neanderthals, these soulless beings. Right? We wasn't okay with that. So he and his reptilians, they fuck around, start clowning out here on our rim, giving human beings access to our ancient teachings and our magic, and start allowing these human beings to be able to know our shit and use our own shit against us. Right? All this is cosmic. Right? So this whole gematria shit, like I've been explaining, this shit is all cosmic. That's why I say a lot of motherfuckers that make videos about sacrifices. Oh, not saying no names. I ain't calling out nobody. They don't be knowing the cosmic essence of where this shit even came from or where it even started from. You don't even know about it. You just, oh, motherfucker, but you don't even know. You got to understand the whole cosmic essence of this shit and why people do it. You still think, oh, they just devil worshippers. They relating to some religious shit, which Jesus ain't real. And the devil is not who you think he is, right? So you gotta get the whole knowledge of this shit. You gotta get the whole knowledge. You gotta get the whole knowledge. Cause your oppressors, they see your videos, be like, yeah, that motherfucker talk about, but he don't really understand. Right, he don't really understand it like that though. He don't really understand why we doing this shit. Right. Right. That's why certain. That's why YouTube don't probably be fucking with y'all channel like that, cause your shit you giving off ain't necessarily all correct facts about why they doing this shit. My shit, they giving me copyright strikes, all type of shit. Twitter be fucking with my shit because I'm speaking that real shit. Yeah, and watch what the fuck I'm saying on here, nigga. I can't even say what I'm gonna say, but nigga gotta live in his shit. Cause I remember certain shit. Um, if you if you if you really just think about it, just think about the shit I'm telling you. The shit I'm telling you facts. I ain't lying about nothing I'm saying. Everything I'm telling you is facts. I ain't lying about that. I know my shit. I ain't telling you no bullshit. But if you just sit back and watch shit, like watch an NBA game and pay attention to like the clock and how the clock be working, how it always stop at a specific, I don't want to use the word time. So let's try to, when it stop at a certain energy, yes, let's use that word. When the clock stop at a certain energy, just try to do the math of why it stop at that certain energy. You always think it's a, what you would call it, what they would call a timeout, because a team need to regroup they whole team. Nah, they call a, what you would call a timeout, because they asked and casted a motherfucking spell, right? And they stopped it right there. So them stopping it is basically the completion of that spell being casted. That's why it stopped like that, right? Or that's why they stopped that certain. That's why they stopped the game at that certain what you would call time, uh, because that represents the spell being successfully casted. That's why they stopped it right there. You feel me? So that's why I say you see 333 and they stop it on 3. You be like, damn, why they stop it right? It's a motherfucking spell, nigga. So in a sense, it's like a motherfucker that already wrote down, you can say wrote down the intent on the pieces of paper, and then they motherfuckers in the NBA, they had him, stop shit you feel me? Like stopping shit at the time so everything can work successfully. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand how they do this shit. That's how they can do it. All right. They've been doing this shit for a while. Like I said, you just never caught it. You just thought that a lot of shit that be going on out here just be some tragic shit going on to people or certain crisis events and shit. Nah, a lot of that shit is gematria. A lot of it. Like I told you, 9/11, that was all gematria they used. If you don't believe me, just break down the whole thing of 9/11. They told you it happened 9/11, and then they also told you that it was 19 hijackers. So that's 99. So you just put two energies into nine, so that's completion. Then you nine upside down is the six. So you putting all that matter together equaling into nine. So that's 99. Right, so that's why the whole 9/11 shit was able to happen successfully because the energy or the numbers they were using. Right, then it happened 11/11, 9/11. Right, so 9/11 didn't happen on September 11th, so that's 11/11. So that's four ones basically. So you can use those four ones going off the four phases of matter: solids, liquids, gases, and plasma energy, which is equaling into, like I said, nine. But then you do 99, so that's making it even more of a completed state of matter. Right? Because you got to understand the feminine energy and masculine energy. That's two souls, magnetism charging each other. So that's gonna form into completion in all things. You got to understand that shit. That's some shit they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know how they be doing that shit. They don't want you to know about shit like that. I know about it. You know, I know about that shit. I mean, just right now, they could be gearing up a spell to cast right now. I told you, they just said another motherfucking rapper just passed away. They just said, you know. So, um, they could be just gearing up all type of spells, right now to just be casted. That's the shit they be on. Cause they trying to lessen or lower the frequency on our RAM. They understand that the planet is alive. They understand that we are connected to the planet. So they have to do their job by trying to lower our divine connection to the planet. They have to try to lower our shit. Right? They have to cast certain spells out to make it to where we be vibrating low. They have to pit out certain people out here to make us become very confused in essence, or make us become very entertained in essence. That's all forms of spells, magic being casted. All right. So that's why I said, like, that's why you see certain shit on the internet, and it just be random as hell. It just be some random ass negative shit you just seeing on your phone. You like, what the fuck? Right? Yeah. That's all. That's all magic. All magic you seeing. Right? Because you gotta understand that magic is not bad. Right? They made you think that magic and voodoo was a bad thing. It was never bad. It come from us. We never used it in a negative intent. It was always positive. Magic, you don't have to use magic for a negative intent. It was never used for, like I said, it was never used for a negative intent any fucking way. Your oppressors use it against you, and then they come out and tell you that it's negative. No, y'all bitch asses is the one that's using it for a negative intent. But then when we start wanting to know about it, you all know it's negative. Don't use it. It's bad, right? Talk about the ancestors. Oh, they use voodoo magic. Nigga, get your bitch ass out of here, nigga. Don't ever play with my ancestors like that, nigga. We was never doing that shit for negative intentions, because we are not those type of people. That's soulless thinking. If we out here trying to cast spells on people to hurt them for no reason, then you a soulless being and we have a fucking soul. So we was never doing that shit just to do it. We were defending ourselves against the soulless, nigga. So let's clear that up. Now your oppressors casting these spells out because they soulless motherfucking beings, nigga. And they don't want you and your planet to rise, nigga. They trying to lower the frequency on the planet, like I've been saying. That's why they made these arenas. That's why they made uh, these arenas and these stadiums be shaped like an egg because they understand that them atoms, them eggs, is the key of life. They understand that. I'm gonna make a whole lesson on that. Talk about the fallopian tube and all that. What that means, and then connecting to the eggs and all that old shit. I'm gonna talk about all that. All right, I'm gonna talk about all that. All right, because another thing, a lot of these NBA teams, right, they be using certain colors too, right? You gotta understand color magic. They 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 had these teams have a certain color, make these teams have a certain color, and they can use that color to play a role in them casting their spells using gematria. They can do that as well, based off their intent. If you know what you're doing, right? So say like for instance, the Dallas Mavericks, they color blue. So you can you can you can use a scent, you can use a certain type of intent to cast a spell onto the planet to where it be truth spread onto the planet. But the truth that's being spread is not real truth though. It's a lower density of truth. So the form of truth that could be spread onto the planet could be a truth of eradication, a truth of anger, a truth of fear, right? And they can basically use, if they know what they're doing, you could basically use a certain team color based off that type of intent. Cause blue is related to your pineal gland. Your pineal gland is basically the real vision because it allows you to see past this physical. So you seeing true visions past this physical. So you can use you can use color magic in the same form of gematria to cast a spell onto the planet. Basically, what I'm trying to say. You can use that all in the same sentence. Right? You can use that in the same sentence. Because you gotta understand, colors come from you. You created colors. Every chakra in you has a color to it, and every color has a spiritual significance to it. It has an energy to it. All right. So you you gotta understand how this shit go. You gotta know about the shit. You need to look up gematria. Look up gematria. Well, I'll tell you to look up gematria because I was thinking that right now, but yeah, I'll tell you to look up gematria, but I will also tell you to look up to look up numbers though, in a sense. Look up numbers alone and just really try to gain a sense of knowledge on what I'm telling you about how numbers are energetic uh subliminals of communication. Um Look at how all these numbers look. Look at how a number look from top to bottom. Like, okay, that look okay, damn, okay, okay, damn, because a three upside down look like an M. Right? If you look at a three upside down, that motherfucker look like an M. If you look at a seven upside down, it look like a L. Why is that? Right. That's why I told you letters is energy too. That's why I be knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, I just be dumbing down for your ass so you can really get what I'm saying. You feel me? You gotta look at shit like that. You gotta look at shit like that. Do you like, oh damn, oh so I okay, so that's why oh damn, I didn't even damn G, I didn't even realize to pay attention. Right, you didn't pay attention to it. You gotta look at that shit. Stop thinking that numbers is just some regular shit that's here for you to use to count with. No, it was never intended for that. We made it that way to dumb it down for these Neanderthals. That's why we made it to where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then in a sense, it's like, damn, we gotta make it when we counting over our matter right for these motherfuckers, right? Cause y'all cool bitch ass want to create these human beings and worshiping him. Like, damn, you feel me? So we had to dumb down our shit because, like I told you, human beings, these Neanderthals, I ain't racist, but these Neanderthal human beings, they will never be able to understand numbers on a energetic communicational type of level. They would never understand it like that. Never. I don't give a fuck what they some of them say. They will never be able to understand it like that. Never will. Because they're not connected to this shit. That's why they would never be able to understand it like that. We, like me, I'm the one that can understand that because I'm connected to this shit and I remember who I am on a scientific level. I remember who I am as a scientist. So a lot of this shit, me remembering this shit is stored within me. Alright, so this is why I remember it again. That shit is not stored within them, so therefore they don't know nothing about this shit. But as them being taught these certain things by these reptilians, that shit was passed down to where they know about this shit now and how to do it on a physical level, writing shit down, putting numbers together. Cause that's all you doing. You just putting numbers together. That's all you doing. You matching numbers. That's all you doing. Okay, I'm gonna put 3, 6, and 9 together because that's the most powerful numbers cosmically. If you think about it, you gotta understand the power of 3. Solids, liquids, and gases. Six is neutron, 6 proton, 6 electrons, still solids, liquids, and gases. Then 9 is completion. Right? So so you 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 gonna really have to understand. You gonna have to really understand how they can do this shit and why they do it. Like, well, I've already explained why, but you gotta understand how they can. Because even though I'm telling you, you still gotta see how they can. They understand matter and how matter works. So matching So it's matching numbers. You just put numbers together, okay? I'm just putting numbers together. I'm just putting shit together, pin pin everything together so it can align with my certain spell that I'm trying to cast. That's basically what we doing. What we doing here. Basically. It don't really sound too hard to do it now. It's not really that hard if you know what you're doing. Now, they like I said, they because I feel like I have to explain this in the essence more of telling you how they're not more powerful than we are. Like I just explained about it. They can do this shit, but they still not as powerful as we are though. You feel me? You have all the power. All the source lies within you. You feel me? You are the source. Right? So even though they are able and accessible to even doing this shit, they're still not as more powerful as you are, basically. They're not as powerful as you are. And you have to really understand that and you have to believe that. They're not as powerful as you are. Real shit, they're not as powerful. Right? So people be out here talking about, because certain motherfuckers be knowing that the Masons be using gematria, right? So you have motherfuckers out here that's talk about the Masons using gematria, and they try to make it like these Masons is gods and shit, and like they all powerful. Nigga, they ain't as powerful as we are. Nigga, fuck them. Fuck Freemasonry, nigga. Fuck them niggas. They bitch ass. Fuck them. Right? And I know y'all use the color blue, the dark blue, pineal gland blue. Yeah, representing true. Yeah, I know why y'all do that too. Yeah, I know about all that. Yeah, I know that. The checkerboard floors and shit, dark matter energy, and the spirit, which is electricity, and you use it in a square form, so you keeping it in the solid formation. Yeah, I know about all that. I know about all that shit. Come on, man. I know about it. I know exactly about that shit. You ain't know nothing, nigga. I know about it. Yes, sir, I do. I know what the fuck you on. Right, but you can't give them the power though. They not the god. We the gods, nigga. They studying us. So stop giving they ass the power, nigga. We the power. We the gods, nigga. We them. We the divine creators, nigga. We them. I'm him. We them. Like stop making like giving these other elite motherfuckers what you call elite. Stop giving them the power. Like nah, you can't do that. You have all the power. You are the source, nigga. You have all the source. You are the divine creator, divine being, nigga. That's you. You have to understand that. You have to understand that on the soul level. You have to tap in with your soul, nigga. You have to understand that. Cause they bitch ass ain't on shit. I'm telling you, they not on nothing, bro. They not on nothing. And on my soul, they shit limited. They ain't gonna be able to be doing this shit forever. This shit limited. This shit ended, nigga. This year, what you call year, nigga, this shit ended. They ain't about to be able to get this shit off no more. Casting spells and shit using Jemima, all that shit about to be a wrap. I'm telling you, nigga, that shit about to be a fucking wrap. I'm telling you. Cause it's not natural to the planet, nigga. Cause y'all bitch ass by casting these motherfucking spells, nigga, you hurting the planet, nigga. And that shit ain't cool with me, nigga. Cause I know what my planet is, nigga. And I know what I'm connected to. So all that old cast and spell shit y'all niggas about to be done with all that bullshit, nigga. I promise you that, nigga. Y'all cool, yo bitch ass with your motherfucking moon, nigga. That shit about to be over with too, nigga. Shit about to be over with like a motherfucker. Cause I remember what the fuck is going on, nigga. I remember. I remember who I am cosmically. I remember shit. So that's why I'm able to speak the way I'm speaking. I remember. So all this old bullshit y'all doing down here on my planet, nigga, this shit is over with. This shit ain't gonna last that long. Cause I already made my last video. I told you the ancestors had made me make a one video. I told you what was the what was I titled it? Prepare. Somebody titled it. I was in a deep meditation and they gave me a vision and they was telling me about what the fuck is going on, what's about to happen. Basically, us the Anunnaki, we back. I mean, we already back because I'm one of them, but more is coming back to help us though, basically. So the ancestors gave me a vision showing us coming back to the planet. They showed us in white robes. Now, if you know about the Anunnaki, go look them up. You'll see them coming back to the planet with white robes on, right? And they showed us coming back. They showed us walking through nature, all that old shit. And there was about thousands of us, right? They was showing me how these elites and shit is trying to get motherfuckers to take more of these shots to create an artificial race of people and shit on the planet, all that old shit. So they was showing me what's about to occur on the planet and how they coming back to help us. Right? So this shit over with. That's why I'm saying this shit over with because I've already received confirmation of this shit being over with. So all this gematria shit, you using these numbers to cast spell, all this shit about to be over with. Over. You ain't you're not getting this shit off no more. I'm tired of motherfuckers out here trying to get these elites power. They don't have no fucking power. So stop making it like these motherfuckers they don't got no fucking power, man. They soulless, nigga. They had no fucking power. So let's stop giving their ass the power. They don't got no damn power, nigga. They can't take my motherfucking soul away from me, nigga. And then especially I'm not gonna let you take my soul. Man, I ain't selling myself for nothing, nigga. So you can't take nothing from me, nigga. Yakub can't even take my soul away from me. All he can do is try to drain my motherfucking energy. That's all he can do. But all on another essence of taking my soul, you can't do none of that, nigga. You can't do that unless I allow you to, and I will never do that. Cause I remember who I am, and I ain't no motherfucking goofy ass clown ass sellout like that. You feel me? So you you gotta like I said, you gotta try to study this shit. I want you to really study this shit. Study numbers. Study how matter works. Right? You got shit. Try to understand atoms and how atoms work, and then try to connect those atoms into numbers. Right? Because atoms is phases of it's phases of matter inside of you. All right, so let's break down these atoms, and then let's try to compare the items to numbers. Then you be like, oh, okay, boom, I understand that too. Then, right, all that shit gonna start to make sense. Right? A lot of that shit gonna start to make sense to you. You be like, oh, okay, I see what God was really talking about. Yeah, it's gonna start making sense. All of it. Right? They know science. They know that science shit. I ain't gonna lie. I give them that. They know science. They do. Yeah, they know science. They know the science. Shit, even the reptilians know the science. Cause they used to be us, so they know science. How the fuck you think they able to still shapeshift into these fucking human beings? Cause they understand the science of them. They know. Now, last night was Halloween, right? We don't celebrate holidays because holidays is not something we did anciently. Right? We don't celebrate no motherfucking holidays, so fuck holidays, nigga. The only thing you should consider a holiday is when your ass landed back here, nigga. That's a holiday, nigga. And we still don't call it birthdays because I was never born because I was already created. But that's the only thing you should really acknowledge on a celebratory level. Last night was Halloween, so last night they was doing a lot of spell casting last night. So that's why what you call this grand rising, they tell you another celebrity then passed away. Right? So basically them motherfuckers was doing they was casting certain spells. Right? They was concocting up certain spells, and not saying that the person that just passed was a spell casted onto that person. But I'm just saying they can use the whole essence of Halloween being a day of evilness as a way of casting a certain spells. They could do shit like that. Right, because we know ain't nothing good in Halloween. We know Halloween is all about evil, dark shit. Right, but you also you gotta get the mind fuckery. Cause in the sense they tell you that Halloween is the devil's day, a lot of the shit that they calling the devil is our shit though. Right? Cause everything is dark, right? We are dark matter energy, you feel me? So they mind fuckery though. Right? So they make you think, oh, it's all bad, but nah. All of it's bad though. A lot of that shit got to do with you. Right? Because they show you certain shit, they show you certain shit, like they probably show you like a 5 point star, right? Relating to some Halloween devil shit, but that 5 point star represents you, right? The five phases of matter. Water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. Leg, arm, head. So you'll be looking like, oh damn, I didn't even know that was represented to me. Yeah, but they try to make it demonic. No, that's you, right? But like I said, it's still in a sense, your oppressors, they know that Halloween is considered to be a dark day, so they try to concoct up certain spells to be casted onto the planet to lower the frequency, basically. Right, and I also think the moon was out last night too, so they probably did a moon ritual too. Probably was using certain moon rituals. This is shit they be doing. This is shit they been doing though. Um, so you gotta pay attention to who you are as a god and how all this shit affects you. You really do. Pay attention to how all this shit affects you. Pay attention to how the planet be moving, the way that the planet is, and how we act, how we treat each other, and the shit you be seeing online. That shit is not natural. I shouldn't even be on the fucking phone right now because this is not even natural. You feel me? All this shit is a spell, nigga. This phone I'm on, nigga, this is a spell. This shit is a whole spell. But I'm casting my own type of intent to get rid of the negative frequency that's inside this phone. As you can say in a sense, if you want to use that type of analogy. So, all right, so I'm giving you a bit of knowledge of love knowledge, which is a positive spell that I'm casting by enlightening you to what's going on. All right. Um, even through all this though, even through all the shit they be doing, nigga, the planet still gonna rise though. This is why, like I said, you need to tap in. You need to raise your frequency. Start aligning yourself because you connected to the planet. The more we all start aligning ourselves back to the source, which is us, the more the frequency will rise. Like I said, it's already rising anyway, but the more we wake up, the more it's gonna rise though. right? The more it's gonna rise, the more we wake up. So you need to wake up as much as possible so we can help our planet rise even more to a higher capacity. Understand who you are, know who you are, know what you are connected to, understand who you are. That's why I try to express this a lot. Understand who you are. Understand why they do the shit they do to you, man. They remember who you are. They know who you are at your core. They know everything about you. They know what you are connected to. They know what affects you. They know what you like, really on the cosmic level. They know what you like. They know what you really don't like, opposed to the physical plane. They know everything about you. Everything. It ain't. It's nothing they don't know about you. That's why they gave your ass TV. They gave you the internet. They start making you eat all this unhealthy ass food and all that shit, saying it's good for you, all that shit, because they know you. That's why if you really stopped and looked, you be like, damn, this planet, or I ain't gonna use the planet. You be like, damn, the world is fucked up. Yeah, it's really fucked up. It ain't fucked up because of what a lot of motherfuckers out here on the streets doing. It's fucked up because of what your people doing behind closed doors to your ass. That's why the world is fucked up. But you don't realize by you investing your energy into this shit, you keeping the world fucked up. By you not realizing who you are, you keeping the world fucked up. Basically, when we start transmuting that energy, turning it back onto them and start fucking them up, the oppressors, nigga, this shit gonna be over with. Over with. We gotta start fucking them up. Cause the way they coming with us is different, nigga. Okay, nigga, we gonna come at you with energy. We gonna use your shit again. You know, they coming, they stepping. The way they is with us, they don't give a fuck. They really stepping on us with this shit. They getting gangster with us. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck how they coming with us. They don't give a fuck. They coming the way they feel. All right, so since all right, you motherfuckers got a problem with it, come do something about it. All right, so now y'all know what we doing, right? We know y'all. I mean, we know y'all know what we doing. All right, but come do something about it though. What you gonna do about it? Cause now you know what we on. Now we gotta see what you on with it though. All right, you can give all the knowledge you want to, my nigga, but what else you gonna do with that though? Right? Okay, yeah, y'all know we doing gematria. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. But what else you gonna do about that? Okay, so you just gonna want to be on the, you just want to be a nigga on the internet talking about motherfuckers getting sacrificed. But you ain't gonna do nothing else about it though. You just know about it, but you ain't doing nothing else about it. See in the end, we winning because we just got your ass just exposing this shit, but you're not doing nothing else about it though. So in a sense, we winning though. You losing. Because if you really understood it on the level, you like, wait a minute. Okay, so this hurting the planet. I don't want them to hurt the planet. I don't want them to hurt me. So yeah, I gotta go do something. I gotta stop this shit. Right. That's why I've tried to explain to you. So what this gematria shit is all about, and I explained it in the correct basis for you to understand what I feel like I explained it so you can understand it. You feel me? Just go after I'm done with this video, go back and really watch it and really break down what I was telling you. It's your shit, but they reverse it to hurt you. On a spiritual level, it's spiritual. It's spiritual. Right? And like I said, they know you don't pay attention to your fucking self on the spiritual level. They know you don't pay attention. So you wouldn't even recognize the energy that you feeling. Right? To where you want to go out and go kill a motherfucker, but you don't even know why you feeling like that. Right? You don't even know why. Because it's all a spell. But you just ain't tapped in with yourself. So that's why they've been getting away with the shit for this long, nigga. That's why they've been getting away with it. Cause we ain't did nothing. Cause we don't remember. We didn't remember who the fuck we was. That's why they was getting away with it. Then you got the moon out, nigga. All type of shit going on. Literally, like this no bullshit. This shit affects you. But whether if you aware of it or not, it affects you. It affects all of us. It affects the planet. I told you they was doing shit like that anciently. Our oppressors, after they was taking advantage of our planet. I told you about Leonardo da Vinci, how Leonardo da Vinci is really Mona Lisa. Um, Remember I told you Leonardo da Vinci is not a real person. Mona Lisa is not a real person. But the person that came up with the whole idea of them was real, right? So he made Leonardo da Vinci look like a man, and then he made Mona Lisa look like a woman. But you look real good at Mona Lisa, that's Leonardo da Vinci. All they did was take away the beard, all that old shit, make them look different, make them look a little more feminine, put a little hair, female hair on them, put a necklace around their neck, and boom, yeah. Mona Lisa is really Leonardo da Vinci. So that was a form of magic they was using because they understand that a man should not be fucking looking like a woman, right? Because that's not matter. Homosexuality never came from us. We never created that. That's all solar shit. That's Neanderthal shit, in a sense. Right? We never did no shit like that. I'm not homophobic, but the whole art of being a gay man or a gay woman, that don't come from us. We never did that. Right? So them drawing pictures showing a man dressed like a woman, that's magic. Right? So this is why you think in the essence, oh, I understand why we was falling in principalities. Yeah, because they was starting to put shit like that on our rim. Pin all this low vibratory shit that they know we wasn't on no shit like that. So it's in the same essence of them using gematria, using numbers to cast their certain spells onto the planet. They just ain't using pictures, they just using numbers. Basically. Remember your oppressors. Remember what they here to do. Just like we got our spiritual work, they got their own work too. They got, you say they got their own spiritual work. And they spiritual work is to drain your spirit. Right? They got their own type of work. And they use their own type of groups and sections of people to do this work on you. They all here against you. So this whole idea of we in the matrix and everything is artificial, nothing around you is real, and everything is here to control us and keep our minds and docile, all that shit is true. It's all a fact. Every bit of that is true. Every bit of that is a fact. All every bit of that is a fact. Right. So, hmm, go within yourself on this information that I just gave. Um, hopefully you take hopefully you took this information into your soul and spirit. Uh, hopefully you allow this information to lead you to a higher state of or to a higher state of knowing and understanding of who you are as a whole, because everything they do is related to you and who you are as a whole. Make sure to share this lesson with anybody you know, anybody as far as family, friends, and significant other, anybody you know. And I would like to say peace to the guys once again, peace to the planet as a whole, and most importantly, peace to the ancestors for giving me this information to present to you. And I thank them for allowing me to walk in my divinity by teaching you to remember who you are again. Without being said, this is Thought Law, Growth and Reason. I have a lot of cosmic love for you, and I mean that sincerely. And I would like to leave you with the powerful word and spell of Ashe. Peace.